everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge of Friends. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. As you know, आज हम वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की क्लास करने वाले हैं एंड अगर हम वेब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की बात करते हैं तो ऑलरेडी हमने क्लास 1 एंड क्लास 2 और क्लास 3 कर लिया है एंड ऑलरेडी आज जो हम क्लास करने जा रहे हैं वो क्लास 4 है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये आपका जो क्लास 4 है आज की क्लास, इससे पहले हमने जो कवर अप कर लिया है वो यूनिट 1 कंप्लीट कर लिया है एंड यूनिट 2 कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं। As of we can say that in the unit 2, as of I told you, we'll discuss this in 3 parts. So the first part will discuss about HTML, जो कि हमने ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर लिया है लास्ट क्लास में। थोड़ा बहुत बचा है फ्रेम्स एंड फॉर्म्स के बारे में, तो वो भी हम आज कंप्लीट कर लेंगे एंड आज ही क्लास में हम CSS शुरू कर देंगे, उसके बाद हम XML शुरू करेंगे। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द सब्सक्राइबर, प्लीज़ go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Let's go ahead with the frames here. So what they can ask you in reference towards it, in the reference towards the frame, let us discuss how the frames play in a big role in advertising on web here. So here they had asked you these questions many times in the AKTU, that is of related to frames, that discuss how frames play a big role to the advertising on web, that is in 10 11 11 12 of 10 marks as well. So this is very important, and that is if I'm talking about the frames, so frames divides up the web browser window into separate area. In each of these an HTML page can be loaded and links out of different pages can be made to change the pages in order, in the other way, as we are dividing it, and in other frames, and that frames can be same when other page changes as well, and thus by keeping that intended web page in the browser window, the advertising page can be displayed on the web and with the help of the frames. This shows that frames play a big role on advertising the web page, the web here. So that what it is important, that the reason why we started with the 4th class with the frames as well. So now we'll do something related to frames. So we'll go ahead and we will do a question here, that is create a HTML document for a company homepage and explain. Okay, so this where we have to create an HTML document for a company homepage. So we'll do ahead, and for that creation of web pages the frames are used. So here there are many steps related to that, so we'll go ahead. I will just let you write the 2 to 3 steps, only the 3 steps, then we'll do that proceeding these things. So for the creation of the web page of the frame that I use, the step 1 we have is step 1. What we have to do in the step 1 here, that in the case of the step 1, that the main page is created, we have to create a main page. So we can say that the main page is created as follows. So अब कैसे create होगा, like main.html से, main.html मेन फ्रेम है तो main.html से करते हैं. लेट्स गो अहेड विद दैट. XML में हमेशा हम ये स्टार्ट करते हैं XML वर्जन. जब हम XML करेंगे तो उसका पूरा डिस्क्रिप्शन भी पढ़ने वाला है. सो 1.0 encoding equals to UTF -8 negative question mark and then close that. And then after that we are creating a main main frame, so main page. So we have to write each and everything in a very clear manner. If you don't get anything, you can just comment on and we'll get you know about this. Then doc type HTML public W3C -- DTD XHTML 1.0 frame set, en www.w3.org/tr/xhtml1/dtd, then again slash small xhtml1 frame set dot dtd. This is we are creating the main page. Okay, main frame. Now we'll start with html xmlns equals to http. लास्ट क्लास में अगर आपको याद होगा तो हमने हर बार यहाँ से शुरू किया था ऊपर का, क्योंकि मैंने एक बार लिखवा दिया था तो विल नॉट जस्ट गोइंग टू राइट दैट, बट वो लिखना होता है, इस वजह से मैं आज की क्लास में लिख दे रही हूँ. यू कैन जस्ट राइट इट डाउन एंड आफ्टर दैट यू कैन जस्ट कॉपी इट डाउन. देन फ्रेम सेट करेंगे. सो विल हैव अ फ्रेम सेट रोज equals to 20% and 80%. Okay, then frame src equals to logo.html, then frame set calls equals to 30%, 70%. So we are taking this time. Okay, then frame src is menu.html. Then we have frame src contents.html. because अभी हम HTML कर रहे हैं, so we'll have to do while we are writing you have to use .html here. And then after that, after a frame src frame set हमने खोला था, so we will be just close that frame. This is the closing tag of frame set, then HTML, closing tag of HTML. So now this is the first step where you have to the main page is to be created, and that is main.html, and we had created this. Now this is when you are creating an HTML document for a company homepage, you have to create like that only. And now we'll create the second step, that what we have to do, just you can write it down. Then step 2. In step 2, in the main page, a layout of the company home page is created, and the various HTML files that are called in the HTML document are asked to be given. So we'll start with the menu.html here. So we can see that menu.html. So let's go ahead to start with this HTML, then head, then head we have a head. इसके बाद हम टाइटल शुरू करते हैं, टाइटल, then logo, टाइटल, फिर हेड क्लोज करेंगे. Okay, and then after that we will be closing the head as well, and after that we'll start with the body. bg color डॉट बीजी कलर हम लोग दे रहे हैं aqua. ओके, फिर हम h3 दैट इज ahref इक्वल्स टू about.html. अबाउट होगा ना टेबल के फॉर्मेट पे, अबाउट द कंपनी, देन दैट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय अबाउट अस, स्लैश क्लोजिंग टैग क्लोजिंग h3. So this is what will be here. Then after that फिर से h3 आएगा next, then ahref equals to download 1.html, free downloads, a/closing and ah3. Okay, so this you have to be close like that. Okay, then after that next करेंगे that we have for the h3 here as well. Next we have here is that is h3 ahref equals to download 2.html, that is download catalog, then a closing, and then of course we have to close the h3 bar as well. Then we have another one that is your h3 here, and another h3, href, download 3.html, download order form, then this closing, and then h3 closing. Then after that we have another one that is h3, then we have to do for the another one, that is we'll start with ahref, and then that is equals to catalogs.html, catalogs that a closing, and then put h3 closing. Then after that h3 allow next another one ahref equals to double inverted comma में distributors.html, distributors /h3, फिर से again we'll start with h3 ahref, contacts.html, contact us closing, and then h3 closing. h3 फिर से start करेंगे h3, that we have ahref equals to start with a double inverted comma, that is feedback.html, feedback a dash and h3, and उसके बाद वैसे हम बॉडी क्लोज करेंगे, एंड देन फिर html. अब ये हमने जो क्रिएट किया है वो हमने बेसिकली स्टेप 2 में है, जो कि हमने मेन मेन्यू जो आपका था मेन मेन्यू हमने ऑलरेडी क्रिएट कर लिया है, मेन जो फ्रेम था और मेन्यू html हमने क्रिएट कर लिया है. अब हम लोगो html को क्रिएट करेंगे. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दैट. We can say that logo.html. So we'll create that and we'll start with that as well. So here we have html, head, title, logo, title, head, then body, bg color equals to magenta. Then for the H1 here, img src equals to books.jpg technical publication H1. Now we will start with another one that we have. Then we close the body, then we close the HTML as well. Now we'll create a contents.html here. In the contents.html, what we have to do is HTML, then start with the head, title, logo, title, head, फिर है body, bg color, dawn, that is I will write it on like khaki, center, h2 books, h2 को क्लोज कर देंगे, फिर सेंटर जो ओपन किया था सेंटर को यहीं पे क्लोज कर दे रहे हैं. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट फॉर दैट वी हैव अनदर वन. विल स्टार्ट विद द पैरा. जितना भी पैरा हमें लिखना है वो सब लिखेंगे. उसके बाद हम उसको उस पैरा को भी लिखने के बाद क्लोज कर देंगे. फिर उसके बाद अगर कोई दूसरा पैरा है तो फिर अनदर वन विल स्टार्ट विद अनदर पैरा एंड देन विल राइट इट डाउन एंड विल क्लोज दैट. ऐसे जितने भी मल्टीपल हम पैरा लिखेंगे सो चलेंगे उतने ही हम पैरा लिखेंगे और उसके बाद उसको पैरा टैग को क्लोज भी करते चलेंगे. सो नाउ वी विल बी हैविंग विल क्लोज द बॉडी वन एंड देन विल क्लोज द HTML. उसके बाद अब आते हैं स्टेप थर्ड पे. अब स्टेप थर्ड में क्या करेंगे हम. सबसे पहले तो विल गो अहेड हियर. सो स्टेप थर्ड में हम करेंगे क्योंकि स्टेप 2 तक तो हमने कर लिया जिसमें हमने कंटेंट क्रिएट कर दिया, मेन्यू क्रिएट कर दिया, सारी चीज़ें हमने क्रिएट कर दिया. स्टेप थर्ड में क्या होगा. ओपन द सुटेबल वेब ब्राउज़र एंड टाइप द एड्रेस दैट फ्रॉम द main.html जो कि हमने पहले लिखा था. द आउटपुट विल बी एज फॉलोज. आपको पूरी स्क्रीन मिल जाएगी. जब आप इतना कर लें तो आप जो अपने मेन में डाला है वो आप उसको डाल सकते हैं वेब ब्राउज़र पे और एड्रेस को. उसके बाद आपका पूरा पेज खुल के आ जाएगा आपने किस तरह से कंपनी का फ्रेम बनाया है. Now we'll go ahead with another one question, and that what we have is write an HTML code to develop a web page having a 2 frames that divide the page into the 2 equal rows and divide the first row into the 2 equal columns and fill each with a different background color. That has been asked and that what we have to do it. So as of I told you about write an HTML code to develop a web page and having a 2 frames that divide the page into the 2 equal rows and divide the first row into the 2 equal columns. So fill with each of the different background colors. So we'll start with that only. So here for this question we have in step 1 and that what we have to do it. In that regard we will start with the step 1 here. You can just write it down and that is your step 1 we have. For the step 1 we will create a 3 different documents that are representing different background color, and the code for these HTML document we will write it down, and that for that we will write it on here, that is for the file 1.html. and for that sake we have to start with, that is starting with XML version equals to 1.0, encoding equals to UTF-8, and then we will start with the doc type. Then HTML, then after that head, with head closing, then of course the body peachy color equals to red. Okay, so and then we're closing the body. Then after that we'll be closing the as well as the HTML file, okay, where we have up. So the next we have is your file2.html. so with regard of it, I will write down the code for that as well, for file2.html here. That is your question mark XML version equals to 1.0, encoding equals to UTF-8, that, and then after that doc type. Then after that well, we are creating for the different beachy colors as I told you about it. So yes, we'll go on through with that only. We'll start with HTML, then after that head, as I told you about in the starting, because head is starting, so we'll have to close that also. Then after that body बीजी कलर इक्वल्स टू ग्रीन, क्योंकि हमें हर एक कलर को डिफरेंट रखना है. रेड पहले वाले में रेड रखा था, इसमें ग्रीन रख रहे हैं. फिर बॉडी को क्लोज करेंगे विद क्लोजिंग टैग, एंड देन आफ्टर दैट HTML को भी क्लोजिंग करेंगे विद क्लोजिंग टैग. Now this is the file to complete, and now we'll start with the file 3. Okay, so here with the file 3 we'll have to start with file 3.html. For that we have to write it down a program, that is XML version equals to 1, that is double inverted comma away 1.0, encoding equals to UTF-8, then doc type HTML, head closing, then body बीजी कलर इक्वल्स टू ब्लू. पहले वाले में हमने रेड रखा था, नेक्स्ट वाले में ग्रीन रखा था, अभी वाले में ब्लू रख रहे हैं बिकॉज डिफरेंट कलर उन्होंने ऑलरेडी क्वेश्चन में बोला हुआ है. देन बॉडी की क्लोजिंग करेंगे, देन फिर HTML क्लोजिंग टैग. Now this is the whole first step that what we have to do. Now we'll come through with the step 2 here, and in the step 2 what we have to do, this is the step 1 we are doing right now abhi tak ki. And now in this step 2, if I'm talking about, now create an HTML document that contains the frame that divide the browser in equal rows, and the first row is divided into the equal columns, and in each of these compartments that the above created file are displayed. The code is as to be followed, like we have to we just write it on, you can just copy down. Now for that we have an XML version equals to 1.0, encoding equals to UTF-8. This is a representation to write it down. Then doc type what should be equals to like doc type HTML, public /w3c /dttxhtml, 1.0 frame set /en inverted double inverted close, then http www.w3.org/pr/xhtml1/xhtml1 frameset dot dtd, and of course for that we'll be closing that, and then we have, and after that html xmlns equals to http://www.w3.org/1999/html. Then frameset rows equals to 50%, 50%. Frameset calls equals to 50%, 50%. Then frame src इक्वल्स टू, पहले हमने फाइल 1 बनाई थी तो उनके लिए फाइल 1.html, फिर फाइल 2 बनाई है तो फ्रेम src इक्वल्स टू फाइल 2.html। फ्रेम सेट क्योंकि ओपन किया था तो उसको क्लोज भी करेंगे। देन वी हैव frame src equals to, क्योंकि हमने फाइल 3 भी तो बनाई है तो फाइल 3.html। देन फ्रेम सेट हम इसके बाद क्लोज करेंगे, ओके, आई विल बी क्लोजिंग लाइक दैट एज वेल, फ्रेम सेट एंड देन आफ्टर दैट html क्लोज करेंगे। ओके, तो ये इस तरह से होगा दैट व्हाट वी हैव टू डू इट। थोड़ा सा लॉन्ग रहता है बट येस ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू डू इट। Now we'll go ahead with related to the forms. What are forms and related to that? So what are HTML forms and how they are created in HTML? That what we had discussed, and we will discuss in moreover in the next particular thing that we are going to do. And after that, in that case, where you have to, they had asked about like explain the HTML tags for the tables, frames and forms with the help of the suitable examples. This has been asked in the 3 marks in 15 and 16, so that is also an important one. So let's go and discuss with that. I will discuss one by one. First we'll start with your table, then frame, and then forms here. Now we'll start with the first one, that is your table. In the case of the table, that to create a table on a web that page, that table, the beginning tag is like we'll start with the table beginning tag, and of course the closing tag we have that we are doing right now. These were the closing tag is to use for the ending the table, and this is to start the table here. So with regard of it, we'll take an example where we are going to create in a table a sort of an example, and then after that here I'll just divide it out where we'll discuss about the frame as well, and then of course the forms as well. So this is where we'll discuss the frame. Yes, here we'll discuss about the table here. So let's go ahead. In the table here, that for example we are creating the table border equals to like we are creating 5. So what will be the caption line? Caption align equals to, that is water, and then B table demo, and then closing tag. Then कैप्शन क्योंकि ओपन किया था, कैप्शन को क्लोज कर देंगे, tr. Then for the td, this is left cell row 1, तो TD को क्लोज कर देंगे. Then TD in another, this is right cell row 1, TD को क्लोज कर देंगे. Then TR closing, then again TR open, TD, this is left cell row 2, TD close करेंगे. Then again TD, this is right cell row 2, TD. So here that will start with and will end with TR को close कर देंगे and फिर table को close कर देंगे. This is how to create a table. When you're creating a table, you have to do this. This is a short time that is we are dealing with. So here we'll go ahead with another one, and that will discuss about the frame. So in the case of the frame, as I had told you about it, in the case of the frame, that to set the frames in the browser window, we use the frame set, and that we are writing for the frame set. We will just write it down like frame set calls equals to 150, like will allow us to divide the window into the 2 columns and into 2 verticals frame as well, and one frame copying in the size of the 150 pixels, and the other copies the remaining portion in the window of the window. And here this abstract sign what we had done, this means any number of the pixels that is mentioned. Now we'll go ahead with the third one, and that is that I told you about it. That is the third one we have to discuss is related to the form. So in the case of the form, that a form is a typical layout on the web page by which the user can interact with the web page, and the form is written within that as I told you about form start, and this is an ending form. That so for example, if I'm creating a form, so what we have to do is form input string, then closing the B, then BR break, then we will put the value that is input type equals to text, and size इसको 25 रख दिया, value equals to, and then फिर form close कर देंगे. By the above code here that the input text box will be displayed on the form window here. So this is the type where we are going to write it down, we are going to solve it out, and with reference towards it while writing a program. Now we'll write another program in the reference towards it while we are going through. So here we'll write it out, design an HTML form for a railway reservation system. आपको रेलवे रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम के लिए एक फॉर्म को डिज़ाइन करना है. So let's go ahead to design it. Just write it on the form. Now write a question here so that you will get it out. So here design HTML form for railway reservation system. Okay, so I think you'll get it out. Now we'll write a program here that to initialize first to design while you're starting with, and this is design a HTML form for the railway reservation system. So yes, we're gonna start with doc type HTML, then HTML body start करेंगे, then form H2 railway reservation system, फिर H2 को क्लोज कर देंगे, then again H3 train details, देन H3 को क्लोज कर देंगे और फिर उसके बाद उसे ब्रेक कर देंगे. Now further what we'll do is, so here with the regard of it, we'll go ahead with this, and we are writing about with that train details, and then after that the train details will go ahead, and that is the PNR number, input type equals to text, then फिर break, and then after that starting place, we have to select the starting place as well. So here we'll go ahead with the select, then option value. ऑप्शन क्या दिखाएगा, पहला दिखाएगा आपको एक मुंबई, ये ऑप्शन दिखाएगा, फिर ऑप्शन क्लोज करते हैं, ऑप्शन यहाँ पे पिन किया था ऑप्शन टैब, फिर ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू नागपुर, फिर नागपुर, एंड देन फिर ऑप्शन वाला क्लोज हो जाएगा टैग, देन फिर आफ्टर देन ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू पुणे, फिर ऑप्शन टैग क्लोज हो जाएगा, फिर ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू दिल्ली, फिर देन ऑप्शन वाला क्लोज हो जाएगा, एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स सेलेक्ट क्लोज, फिर ब्रेक करेंगे. अब एंडिंग प्लेस, स्टार्टिंग प्लेस तो हो गई, अब एंडिंग प्लेस के लिए जाएंगे, सेलेक्ट, देन आफ्टर दैट विल बी हैविंग अब उनके लिए ऑप्शन वैल्यू क्या होगी, ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू दिल्ली, and then we'll close the tag option. So here we'll go ahead with option value equals to Vadodara, फिर Vadodara, option close, option value Chennai, ऑप्शन क्लोज, देन फिर इसके बाद ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू कोलकाता, देन कोलकाता, ऑप्शन क्लोज, देन सेलेक्ट योर क्लोज. अब आते हैं ट्रेन नंबर पे, सेलेक्ट डेस्टिनेशन, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट एंड एंडिंग पॉइंट हमने कर लिया. नाउ विद रिगार्ड ऑफ इट विल टॉक अबाउट द ट्रेन नंबर हियर. सो इन द केस ऑफ द ट्रेन नंबर, सो ट्रेन नंबर पे आते हैं, सेलेक्ट. सो ट्रेन नंबर में पहले सेलेक्ट में क्या आएगा, ऑप्शन वैल्यू इक्वल्स टू 1 and then we have an option of closing. Same wise 1 की जगह पे 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4, and then we will close the option here. So we'll just write it on option value equals to, यहाँ पे 1 1 1 की जगह पे 2 2 2 2 5 times 2, then 2 2 2 2 2, and then after that option close, option tag close, फिर option value equals to 33333, then 33333, then option tab close. Then after that again option value equals to 44444, then 44444, and then फिर option close. Okay, तो इस तरह से हम करेंगे, and so that we will get to know what we will be providing here in the reference towards the train schedule. And with regard of it we'll go other one, will select, क्योंकि वो open किया था तो select को close भी कर देंगे. then आते हैं ट्रेन नेम पे. ट्रेन नंबर हो गया, ट्रेन नेम, input type equals to text. So here will be text, close, then break, close. Then after that date of journey, input type equals to text, close, then फिर break. Then number of tickets, input type text, then close, फिर break, फिर total amount, input type equals to text, and then फिर h3, customer detail, closing h3, फिर आते हैं customer name पे, input type equals to text, फिर से break. Now coming to the another information regarding to the customer here, then coming to the address, input type equals to text, closing tag, फिर we are closing. then उसके बाद phone, input type फिर उसके बाद we are close. mail ID, input type equals to text, we are close. then उसके बाद आते हैं input type, submit, value equals to submit, then input type equals to button, value equals to clear, form, body, HTML. So this is how you will create it out. Now we'll explain how to display the text field using the HTML tag. So the text field can be set using like if I'm going to ahead is like input type. This is the another one that I'm talking about here that is related to the field of HTML tag where the text field can be set up. So that is in it, input type equals to text, size equals to 30, and value equals to Yeah, the input type is the text, and the value of the text field is written is in the form of like that. That means that the blank text field is displayed initially, and we can enter the text of our choice into it. And there is the size parameter which allows us to enter the some size of the text field as well. Now we'll write another one, and that is the another program that how will you create a password field in the HTML form. आप पासवर्ड फील्ड कैसे क्रिएट करते हो HTML फॉर्म में, तो उस तरह को हम डिस्कस करेंगे. And the password field can be created by using the text field by the type password on the form, and following is a small HTML document that illustrates how to create a password field in the HTML form. So that we will go on ahead here, and for that sake we will be going to do that, and you have to just you can gone through with that as well. So here we will start with that, how to create a password field in HTML. So yes, how to create password field in HTML form. सो यस विल क्रिएट इट डाउन लाइक राइट इट डाउन लाइक अगर मैं बात करती हूँ तो बैंकिंग फॉर्म में हम नॉर्मली पासवर्ड फील्ड जो होता है सिक्योरिटी पर्पज से, तो हम उसके एक केस में लेके चलेंगे बैंकिंग फॉर्म .html. So we'll start with that. So here we'll go ahead, so start writing HTML, then head, title, online banking system, फिर टाइटल क्लोज कर देंगे, and then of course head closing, body bg color equals to khaki, alignment is center, then h2 online registration form, then center, form name form 1, table, tr td v name, then td input type equals text, name equals to username, then tr close, then again tr td v password, b tag close, td tag close, and फिर td pin, then input type equals to password name pwd, then tr close, then with table close. Now further we will go ahead here, after table close we'll close the br tab, then again br tab, then form, then body, and then of course the HTML. Now we'll discuss that write an HTML code to design a student registration form, and you can make an assumptions here. So in the that form we have to write it down. This has been asked for the 6 marks in 14 and 15. So in the student form.html, we'll go ahead in a deep and we will be just making a sort of a form, and here we'll make some of the assumption as well, and where we'll complete that the HTML part here, and hopefully we'll be ending it the HTML part in this class only. So here, to writing up HTML code to design a student registration form, I will just write it down here. Student registration form. So in that you have to write it down, doc type HTML public W3C DTD XHTML 1.0 transitional /en double inverted comma http lin double slash www.w3.org/tr slash xhtml1 dtd slash xhtml11.dtd. So now for the HTML XMLNS equals to http www.w3.org/1999 xhtml this. Then after that we'll start with the head, title. So the title is my form, title close, head close. Start with the body, center, and then after that, after the center here, start with the H3, that is student registration form, H3 close. सेंटर जो ओपन किया था सेंटर क्लोज कर दिया. ओके, सो हियर फॉर्म नेम equals to what we had written down, my form. Action, that is equals to method equals to get close. Div align equals to left. br. अब आते हैं नेम के लिए. नेम, input type text, name equals to name, value equals to now I'm talking about address, input type equals to text, name equals to add, so here we'll add an on here as well, then after that value, that is equals to and that is br break, then phone, input type text, name, value, then break, break. Then talking about 6, that is input type, equals to radio name equals to group 1 value equals to male, either male or the another input type equals to radio name group 1 value equals to female, break, then break. After that, select the course of your choice. So we will go ahead, select the course of your choice. इसमें करेंगे select name, that is my menu. फिर option value में होगा like option value equals to computer, that is computer, then option close. So here with regard of it, we'll just say that the options is could to be computer, and then after that the option close, and then option value है information and technology, then information technology option close हो गया. Option selected value like mechanical, mechanical option है, electronic select option है, and then after that electrical है. तो सारे options आपको दिए गए होंगे. इसके बाद select close कर देंगे, break कर देंगे, फिर ब्रेक करेंगे, देन इनपुट टाइप आपका बटन वैल्यू होगा सबमिट, एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स द डिव जो हमने ओपन किया था तो वो क्लोज करेंगे, फॉर्म क्लोज करेंगे, फॉर्म टैग को क्लोज करेंगे, बॉडी टैग को क्लोज करेंगे, एंड देन एचटीएमएल टैग को क्लोज करेंगे. वी विल गेट इट आउट. द फॉर्म रिप्रेजेंटेशन, द स्टूडेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर्म. Now we'll discuss about explain the various parameters of the submit button. Submit button के क्या क्या parameters होते हैं? So various parameters of the submit button are the पहला है name, that is denotes the name of the submit button. The value is for writing some text on the text of the button, and align, that specifies the align of the button. So they are the three parameters of the submit button. The first is the name, the value, and the align. These were the three parameters of the submit button. So we'll end up with the HTML here right now, and we will start with the CSS in the next coming class. So please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once. And even though you can also enjoy the video as well. होपफुली नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम सी एस स्टार्ट करेंगे. आई डोंट नो कितना लंबा जाएगा, तो वी कांट से कि कल नेक्स्ट क्लास में ख़त्म हो जाएगा, बट हाँ 2 से 3 क्लासेस में ऑफकोर्स ख़त्म हो जाएगा. सो गो थ्रू विद द सब्सक्राइब बटन हियर, एंड इन द रेफरेंस टुवर्ड्स द यूनिट 1 दैट वी हैड कंप्लीटेड इन द इंट्रोडक्शन part, the introduction and the web development strategies, history of the web and internet, protocols governing web, and writing the web projects, connecting to the environment, introduction to internet services and tools, introduction to the client server computing, core Java, introduction, operator, data type, variables, array, method and classes, inheritance, packages, interfaces, exceptions handling, method programming, input output, Java applet, script handling, event handling, introduction to AWT controls, layout manager, that what we had completed. In the unit 2, web page designing, the HTML list, table, images, frames, forms, CSS, document type, definition, XML, DTD, XML schemes, objects, model presenting, and of course the using the XML, using SML processors, DOM, SAC, and a dynamic XML, HTML. A dynamic HTML, that what we have to discuss. HTML हमने list, tables, images, frames and forms आज की क्लास तक कंप्लीट कर लिया है. कल की क्लास से CSS स्टार्ट करेंगे, document type, definition, XML, hopefully we'll end up with the CSS. In the unit third, that is the scripting and the networking. In the scripting, the JavaScript introduction, document forms, statement, functions, objects, and introduction to Ajax. This is part of scripting. And networking में internet addressing, init address, factory method, instance method, TCP/IP sockets, URL connection, TCP/IP server socket, and datagram. Then unit 4 में है enterprise Java Bean and Java database connectivity JDBC merging data and multiple tables. In the enterprise Java Bean, that is preparing a class to be a Java Bean, creating a Java Beans properties, types of beans, stateful sessions beans, stateless session beans, and entity beans. Then after that, Java database connectivity JDBC merging data and multiple tables में joining the manipulating the database with the JDBC, prepared statement, transaction processing, stored procedures as well. In the unit 5, servlet overview and architecture, interface servlet and the servlet lifecycle, handling the HTTP get request, handling HTTP post request, redirecting the request to the other resources, session tracking, cookies, session tracking with the HTTP sessions as well. Then after that, जो हमने डिस्कस किया है दैट जावा सर्वलेट पेजेस जो कि हमें JSP डिस्कस करना है यूनिट 5 पे, that is the introduction. Java servlet pages, server pages overview, a first Java server page example, implicit objects, scripting, standard actions, directive, custom tags, libraries. That what we have to discuss in the next coming class. So first of all, it's a huge request to all the subscriber, please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well, and you can utilize those video. We'll be providing the reasoning as well. Thank you, thanks for subscribing us. Thanks to all of you.